Welcome to the session. I am Dr. S. Anusha Kartiyeni, Assistant Professor in Department of Chemistry, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss one of the interesting topic, which is the synthesis of the Tycol rubber, which is a synthetic rubber. Generally, rubbers are three types. One is natural, second one is semi-synthetic, third one is synthetic. Today we are going to see the Tycol rubber, which comes under this synthetic category. Generally, the natural rubbers are obtained from the latex of the tree, which is rubber tree. So, the latex is collected and undergoes a series of process which gives the natural rubber, whereas semi-synthetic means the natural rubber which is obtained undergoes a process of vulcanization, means sulfur bonding between the two rubber units or monomer units causes the vulcanization of the rubber. So that is called the vulcanized rubber, which comes under the semi-synthetic category, whereas synthetic category. So the preparation is with the chemicals in the lab level or in the industrial level. So the preparation of the chemicals by the preparation of this rubber using chemicals is called the synthetic rubber. So we are going to see in the lab level which is synthetic rubber, which is Tycol rubber. So our aim is to prepare the synthetic rubber or to synthesize the synthetic rubber, which is Tycol rubber, in the laboratory. And apparatus we are using are, we are going to see which apparatus we are using for this synthesis, followed by what are the chemicals required for this synthesis of Tycol rubber and what is the theory or principle involved and what type of reaction is going to happen between the monomer units to make a polymer, which is called a Tycol rubber. And what is the setup under the experimental conditions which we are using to synthesize the Tycol rubber, and the procedure which way we are using, which step we have to follow after the each single step, which step we have to follow, and the procedure step by step we will see today, and what is the result or yield obtained from this reaction. So coming to the aim, our aim is to synthesize Tycol rubber using two monomer units, which are namely sodium polysulfide and 1,2-dichloroethane, which is sodium polysulfide is the monomer and 1,2-dichloroethane is the another monomer. So as we know, these rubbers belong to the category of polymers. So they contain a series of chains of monomers. So A plus A with the bonds gives like N. So the monomer units join together with the bonds between the two monomers results in the formation of a long chain of polymers. So here the two monomers are polysulfide solution, another one is 1,2-dichloroethane. So here the chemicals required for this monomer preparation as well as synthesis of Tycol rubber preparation, we need sodium hydroxide, powdered sulfur, 1,2-dichloroethane and 5% sulfuric acid. So what is the theory involved in this preparation of Tycol rubber? Generally, these synthetic rubbers show resistance to natural oxidants like oxygen and ozone, and also shows resistance to oils and greases, such organic compounds like solvents. It shows some resistance. This is why it is used in the engines, O-rings and gaskets and hoses, which all the time which come in contact with these oils. So it should show some resistance. This is why these synthetic rubbers are preferred over natural rubbers, where natural rubbers lack this property of resistance to natural oxidants as well as these oils and gasoline resistance, because it won't react. They are inert, chemically inert, and they won't react with these such organic compounds. It won't show any problem to the engine as well as the gaskets or the gas pipelines and hoses where we use these rubbers. So here the Tycol. The Tycol rubber is a white rubbery substance. Generally, thiol. Thio means sulfur. Wherever sulfur is there, the thiol name will come. So the thio. The thio means the sulfur containing rubber. The thiocol rubber, which is a white rubbery substance, is by treating sodium polysulfide with 1,2-dichloroethane, we will get this thiocol rubber. What is the reaction going to happen in this experiment? First, we are going to take sulfur powder, is going to react with sodium hydroxide or caustic soda. Sodium hydroxide and powdered sulfur gives rise to sodium polysulfide solution. So this is the reaction, which is one monomer. So this resultant monomer is going to react with another monomer, which is second monomer. So this plus this first monomer and second monomer gives the polymer, which is a synthetic rubber, namely thiocol rubber. So this is the reaction. So first step involves the reaction of sulfur powder and the sodium hydroxide solution, which results in the red colored complex, which is called polysulfide solution, which acts as a monomer and which reacts with the 1,2-dichloroethane, which is the another monomer, results in the formation of a polymeric chain called this polymer chain, which is called thiocol rubber. Here we can see 1,2-dichloroethane. So it contains one chlorine compound and the sodium sulfide solution is going to react with this and forms thiocol rubber plus sodium chloride. So this is the byproduct, which is called sodium chloride is eliminated. So what is the procedure involved in the preparation of this thiocol rubber? We have seen the theory or the principle involved. So how we have to take, how much quantity we have to take and which steps has to follow after one after another. So here coming to the procedure, first thing we have to take 2 grams of sodium hydroxide in 50 to 60 ml of water. We have to dissolve this sodium hydroxide in 50 to 60 ml of water, and this solution has to be boiled in an heating mantle. Here we can see, next step I will show, which is a heating mantle which has the control to set the temperature around 60 to 70 degrees centigrade. Then we have to add stirring. By stirring, we have to add 4 grams of sulfur powder. So 50 to 60 ml of water plus 2 grams of NaOH, sodium hydroxide, 50 to 60 degrees centigrade. Then here sulfur powder has to be added, which gives yellow solution. Then heating for 20 minutes give red colored solution, which is called polysulfide solution. So during addition and stirring, the yellow color solution turns to deep red. So this is deep red solution, which is called the polysulfide solution. Once the deep red color came, we have to add the monomer is ready. Means the polysulfide solution is ready for the reaction. So to this monomer, we have to add another monomer, which is 1,2-dichloroethane. These two monomers has to be mixed, and then the polymer, which is called thiocol rubber, will be generated or synthesized by this reaction. So once this red color solution was formed, then it has to cool down at 60 to 70 degrees centigrade. Here it should be boiled. So the maintenance of the temperature should be increased. So it should start boiling. It should turn to red. Once it turns to red, we have to cool the solution for a while, around 60 to 70 degrees centigrade. Then 10 ml of 1,2-dichloroethane has to be added drop by drop and with stirring. So it should be stirred for an additional of 20 minutes. It results in the formation of a white rubbery substance as a lump, which is called a thiocol rubber. So this is the step-by-step procedure involved in the preparation of this thiocol rubber. Next, once the white rubbery substance formed, pour out the liquid from the beaker into the sink to obtain this thiocol rubber. It forms as a lump. It forms as a precipitate which is like semi-solid precipitate. So we have to separate the water from this semi-solid. Then we have to rinse that obtained semi-solid thiocol rubber at least 4 to 5 ml of water twice to remove the excess unreacted compounds present in this rubber. This once the water is washed, we have to dispose that wastewater. Then place the obtained semi-solid rubber on a tissue or a towel of paper and squeeze out any excess liquid present in that rubber. By squeezing, we can remove the excess water present in that rubber and dry it in the fold of a filter paper, and the weight is noted as W gram. We are going to see the same procedure in the pictorial representation. Now we are taking here 2 grams of sodium hydroxide is weighed here, then water is taken here into a beaker. It has to be boiled, it should dissolve and it has to be boiled. This is the heating mantle. Here we can see here the knob. We can adjust the temperature by turning this knob here. So it has to be set around 70 degrees centigrade. Once this beaker has to be kept and it should be boiled for 10 minutes. Then to this solution we have to add 4 grams of sulfur, which gives yellow color solution. So wherever mantle is there, it means we have to heat the solution. The whole process has to be done under this heating procedure. To this yellow colored solution has to be boiled for 20 minutes, which results in the formation of sodium polysulfate solution, which is the monomer 1. We have to cool down to 50 to 60 degrees centigrade. To this, the solvent, which is the monomer 2,1,2-dichloroethane, has to be added drop by drop. See, drop by drop. So, on the addition of drop by drop, the lumps are formed, which is called the rubber substance, white rubbery substance called the thiocol rubber. Once the thiocol rubber formation has been seen in the beaker, we have to filter using the funnel. So here this is the filtrate, and the filtered rubber has to be collected in a beaker. Then we have to wash with here washing has to be done to remove excess water or solvents or chemicals. So we have to wash twice with water to remove the unreacted compounds present in the rubber. Then it has to be dried in a fold of tissues or filter papers. Then this is the lump, which is called a white rubbery substance, which is called the thiocol rubber. Once it was dried, it can be weighed through a weighing balance. So this is the process involved in the synthesis of thiocol rubber. So this is the step-by-step reaction going to happen in this polymerization reaction to synthesize thiocol rubber. So this is the pictorial representation of the experiment flow, which is used to synthesize the thiocol rubber. Let's move on to the experiment in the laboratory. We will see how we will do the experiment by adding the sodium hydroxide and water. We are going to synthesize the thiocol rubber, which is a synthetic rubber made from sulfur powder, sodium hydroxide and 1,2-dichloroethane. Here the monomers are the polysulfide solution and dichloroethane. So first step is we have to prepare polysulfide solution by using this sulfur powder and sodium hydroxide pellets. So we are taking beaker, and we have to weigh approximately 4 grams of sodium hydroxide solution, sodium hydroxide pellets. This sodium hydroxide pellets has to be dissolved in 60 ml of water, 60 to 70 ml of water. So using glass rod, we are dissolving this sodium hydroxide pellets. Now the sodium hydroxide is dissolved in water, and this is the heating mantle. So we have to adjust the temperature up to 60 to 70 degrees centigrade, and we are boiling this solution. Let's leave the solution for boiling. Meanwhile, we will weigh about 4 grams of sulfur. So this is 4 grams of sulfur powder. This we are going to add to this solution. We have to heat gradually. So the sulfur powder is added to this solution. On continuous stirring, now the color of the solution is light yellow. So on formation of polysulfide solution, this turns into red colored complex. We have to maintain around 60 to 70 degrees temperature to boil this solution. Now the solution has to be heated up to 70 degrees centigrade. So the color of the solution changed from pale yellow to red color. This has to be cooled down for a while. This is 1,2-dichloroethane. So one of the monomer, this is polysulfide solution, is ready, and now another monomer, which is dichloroethane, is going to be added. So we are taking 15 ml of dichloroethane. Once the solution is cooled down, we reduce this temperature. Now, see the formation of rubber and drop by drop adding, which is a thiol rubber. So the two monomers, which is polysulfide solution and 1,2-dichloroethane, was added, which results in the formation of a thiol rubber. We can see the formation of rubber here inside. The white one is the rubber. So this solution we are going to filter with this funnel. And this is the thiol rubber. This is the thiol rubber which is formed from this reaction. And once obtained, this rubber has to be, this is the rubber formed from this, the thiol rubber formed from this reaction. This has to be washed to drain out the excess unreacted compounds. After continuous washing with 3 to 5 ml of water for 3 times, this has to be dried in a tissue paper. This has to be dried, or it has to be pressed to remove the excess water present in this rubber. So the rubber we get from this reaction has to be weighed for the final yield. Now we are going to weigh the weight of the rubber which is obtained from the reaction. Now I am going to weigh the rubber obtained from this reaction. This is the process, it's around 4.39 grams. So this is the process all about the preparation of thiol rubber, which is a synthetic rubber prepared from sodium hydroxide and sulfur powder and 1,2-dichloroethane. So from the laboratory experiment of synthesis of thiol rubber, we have to write the yield obtained is, we have to weigh, suppose it is 4 grams, we have to write the 4 grams in yield obtained. So this is about the synthesis of the synthetic rubber called thiol rubber in the laboratory scale. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.